Hello everyone, Livy here, back with another video. This one is actually a VR. It's Living in Tarot or My Tarot Homes. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it's Kyra Getchell who did this one. If I got her name wrong, please somebody correct me. I know I'm going to put it as when I do the title, I'm going to actually put who the VR is, but I just don't like butchering people's names. But anyways, for this VR, it is about you, the tarot reader, picking what tarot decks you, if you could, what worlds would you live in? Your tarot homes, you know. And for me, I mean, okay, the first two you guys are going to see are very, in my opinion, they're very self-explanatory. Because they're fantasy, and why wouldn't you want to be there? And then I have two other ones I'm going to show. There are some honorable mentions of ones I could have picked. Like, I almost thought about adding Tarot of the Divine, but that's part of our world already, so that's not really like a different world. Unless you like living in this world, that's cool. And the other honorable mention, I thought, well, no, I have a couple of honorable mentions. I almost thought about adding the Spacious Tarot, but to be honest, there's no people in that, so I don't know how I would exist inside the Spacious Tarot. And then the other one I thought about was the world that exists for the Oak, Ash, and Thorn and Smoke, Ash, and Embers. I thought about those, but I'm like, again, not really any people there, so I don't know how I would fit in. But this one should be very self-explanatory. This is the Wonderworld Tarot. Comes in a box like this. And I love Alice in Wonderland, so this is no surprise to literally anyone that I would want to live inside Wonderland. Like, look at how ridiculous. This freaking Jabberwocky cracks me up every single time. It's just a fun time, especially this version of Alice in Wonderland. They're all just living their best lives, being silly. Look at the Dormouse and the Cheshire. It just seems like a colorful, fun, interesting time. Alice isn't as terrified in this version. It would just be pure madness, but I would love to just walk around inside of it with them, go along for the ride. Oh, look at this little the card painting the roses red. I don't know what's up with the sheep either, but yeah, some of the stuff in here, I'm like, where did this come from? But it's not in like any of the book stuff as far as I know. Oh, look at Dinah. But yeah, this is self-explanatory why I would want to be here. It's a fun time, it's a colorful time, and it would at least be interesting to walk around in. So that is the Wonderworld Tarot. The next one is also kind of self-explanatory, but the Lord of the Rings Tarot. I mean, okay. Oh my god, and look at creepy little Gollum in the corner. Smeagol. Some could argue, why would you live here? Because to be honest, like even if you've read The Hobbit, right? Even that has a lot of like very bleak things going on in here. Like, look at that. That's just like slightly terrifying. Why would you do that to yourself? Oh, this thing every time. Why would you do that to yourself? Well, it's because there's just parts, I think, when times are good, like the times when after Bilbo went on his adventure in The Hobbit to basically when the ring is discovered again in the Shire, they had a good time. I wouldn't mind like hanging out with the Ents like Treebeard, drinking some ale or eating yummy food with the hobbits. I wouldn't mind spending time with the elves, right? I think that'd be cool. There's just a lot of beautiful imagery. There's magic. So a lot of it is very bleak when they're fighting the war against Sauron. But see, look at the stuff with the Rohirrim too. Just so good. There's just places you could live. You could even go to Mirkwood, where Legolas is from, and that'd be an interesting time. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to hang out with them. I mean, maybe some would, but they're like lobbing off heads left and right and stuff, and you know, their home just got destroyed. But there's parts of this world that are really, really cool. And so for that reason alone, I personally, I mean, look at Arwen. Would you not want to be Arwen? I'm sorry. She's like so cool. Such a badass. Yes, please. Sign me up. So that one was very self-explanatory again. But that is the Lord of the Rings tarot. Like, that is a world I would 100% be like, yep, it's time. It's time to go on an adventure. Pick your spots and just chill out. Next one might be an interesting choice, maybe for some. But that's the world that exists inside the little Prisma visions. There's something about the way James R. Eads tells a story that I am here for. I think the reason why I would also live in, why I would choose to live in this kind of world, maybe I should, the next two are small. Maybe I will zoom in. The reason why I would choose to live in his world is, I mean, look at this. The detail, the adventure, like the crazy things going on. Like, look at all these fiery butterflies. You could swing around a sword in a frozen world. And yeah, at the same time, there's ballet dancers just, you know, drinking and dancing. It's just a really interesting place. I would love to, like, talk to the characters here and figure out what is going on. Or like, look at this house on the edge of a cliff that looks like it's about to be, you know, destroyed. It's just really beautiful and transportive. I like dreamscapes, and you're going to see that with the next card. The next deck too. But it's just really, like, look at that guy. It's really fascinating to me. Like, look at this, this, like, knight, but he looks like a pirate at the same time to me. Living his best life. I don't know. That's why I just want to see the Knight of Pentacles. That's why I just want to talk to them. Figure out what's going on. How's she feeling? She looks happy. Tending to her, well, for the most part, she looks happy. Tending to her flowers. So I just think it would be an interesting world. Well, okay. Maybe not if I was going to be him, but otherwise, I would love to just step inside the world of the Prisma Visions and hang out. And last up, I only picked 4 for this video. I feel like I could have picked, oh my goodness, this video is flying by. I just realized how much time I've actually spent. Videos flying by, maybe that's a good thing. The last one I would pick personally, I mean, I have a lot of interesting tarot decks that you could argue, yeah, that'd be a cool world to go into too. But this is for me personally, not you. So, the last world I think I would like to step inside in is the Monsoon Tarot Scape. Now, just kind of like Alice in Wonderland and even, I guess, Prismavisions. The reason why I would be interested in stepping into this world of the Monsoon Tarot is because, oh, this is a mini, by the way, because it's a dreamscape. I'm really fascinated by dreams. I'm not gonna lie, not all of these cards look like they're having a good time. Like, even if you take this devil, right? Like, a lot of serious stuff's going on here. This almost reminds me of, I don't know why, this kind of reminds me of Howl's Moving Castle too. So not everything here is a great time in this dream world, but this guy's having a great time. Look at him. And that's kind of why I would want to step into it. There's like places here that you could go that'd be really, really fascinating. Like, even just to talk to these characters and figure out what's going on. Like this person with the flaming head. Or to be this guy with the bunny, I guess. They're going on a journey on this giant carpet thing for the chariot. That is so cool. Every card in this deck just fascinates me. So much detail and things that you can pick up. I have the mini, so people with like not the greatest eyesight, I probably wouldn't recommend getting the size, but I prefer minis only because, again, I have smaller hands. So I feel like I'm going to say that. I'm going to be a broken record. I'm going to be saying that like every video. Now, I don't know if I want to be her trapped in the jar, but there's just really interesting things going on in here that I would love to explore. I feel like each of these scenes could be like a different moment in a dream. Many different dreams that you could, like, you know, step inside of. Each part is telling a different story in a way. And it would be so cool. Like this one with this robot for the hangman who's watching somebody do ballet. Or them. This is so cool. This card was one of the ones. This is also a really cool Wheel of Fortune because it's actually the fates, but the fates are cats, and I love cats. So yeah, this for me feels kind of self-explanatory. Like, look at all the things, like the stories you could jump into. Like, I like what's going on here. Cat Society. There's a cat queen. Yes, please. So yeah, living in this tarot deck would be my jam. And with that said, I feel like I rushed through the first three I had, but I don't have much else to say on where I would live in the tarot. I gave explanations for like tarot as a divine, like why I wouldn't live there. Only because it's our world. I think I do like the fact that it's like our world, but it's like myths. And you could argue, well, maybe the things it depicts, maybe it did exist once for those who like the idea of magic being more prevalent. And you could say the Oak, Ash, and Thorn world would be so cute. Oh, you know what's actually another one I would say? I don't have that deck yet. I'm going to try really, really hard to get the 3rd edition of this deck. Would also be the Northern Animal Tarot. I would live in that world too. It's anthropomorphic animals, and they look like they're having a fun time. It reminds me a lot, that deck reminds me a lot of like what I imagine people in the Animals and Chronicles of Narnia, or even what's that other book series? Redwall? I never read Redwall, but that it gives me those vibes based on the covers I always saw. And then Northern Animal also reminds me of, oh dang, what is it? Oh, Wildwood. Wildwood, if you haven't read that book. Kind of reminds me of that too. So for those reasons, I would also live in that world. But I don't own that deck yet. Sad life, so I can't show anything. Beyond that, I know this was a quicker video, but thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do a different VR soon. Well, because that one has a part around 1 now and around 2, but I'm going to do both of them. And yeah, after that, we'll see where it goes on where I'm going for videos. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.